Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something a bit different. Not just bringing you info, but actually tools for your mind. We're diving into the incredible power of words themselves. Just 5 key terms that can really sharpen how you think and, express yourself. Imagine this. You're trying to explain something complex, maybe a feeling or something you observed, and bam, the perfect word just pops up. It crystallizes everything. We've got some fantastic material here, all focused on, well, enriching your vocabulary with 5 really essential words. And these aren't just big words to impress people, they're insightful, they're powerful concepts that can really elevate how you communicate and, yeah, how you understand things. So, our mission today, let's really unpack these 5 words, get into the nuances, discover how they unlock new layers of precision in your language. It's honestly more than just sounding smarter, it's about thinking clearer, seeing details maybe you missed before, and having the right words for them. Get ready because these words, they're more than definitions. They're like lenses for seeing things more deeply.
That's exactly it. It's fascinating how one single well-chosen word can just condense really complex ideas or paint a picture so vividly, where sentences might struggle. So this deep dive, it really goes beyond just memorizing definitions. It's more an invitation to gain a more nuanced lens so you can view situations, express yourself with, greater accuracy, more insight. By the time we're done, you'll probably find yourself noticing these words and the ideas behind them in totally new ways, just out in the world.
Okay, let's jump right in then. Our first word. It evokes something really beautiful, almost magical, I think. Iridescent.
hmm
When I first heard it, I pictured something shimmering, alive with changing colors. But what does that really mean? What makes something iridescent, not just colorful?
That's a great place to start because you're already onto its dynamic nature. Iridescent specifically means showing luminous colors that change when seen from different angles. So it's not fixed. It's a fluid, shifting kind of display. Often depends on the light, and crucially, your perspective as the viewer. Think of it like light dancing on a surface.
So it's about movement and light play. Okay. Our source gives this perfect example. The soap bubble shimmered with iridescent hues. That just nails it, doesn't it? That fleeting quality, those almost impossible colors shifting, blue, green, purple.
Right, with the slightest movement.
It's not like a static rainbow. It feels responsive
Alive.
somehow.
Exactly. And what's really captivating about iridescent is that it describes a process of color, really, an interactive display. It implies a beauty that you don't fully grasp until you engage with it, until you move, or let the light catch it just right. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many things we see as just static or singular because we haven't really looked from a different angle, haven't seen their full spectrum. The word itself almost pushes you to be more curious, to look closer.
That's a really powerful way to put it. Seeing beyond the static. And it feels like it could go beyond just visuals too, right? Like an idea maybe, or even music. Could it have different iridescent facets depending on your mood or the context, revealing new things?
Absolutely, it adds a richness.
Definitely adds richness. Okay, so from that subtle shifting beauty, let's pivot. Let's go to something with a bit more bite. Sometimes you need a word that really cuts through. Which brings us to acerbic. This word, it just sounds sharp, almost prickly. What kind of sharpness are we talking about here?
You've definitely picked up on its core feeling. Acerbic means sharp, biting, or harsh in tone or taste.
Yeah.
It's more than just being critical or maybe tart like a lemon. It's incisive, often has this almost acidic quality designed to make a real impact.
Like a strong flavor that you really notice.
Precisely.
Our material gives such a great example of its, dual power. His acerbic wit often made people laugh, but sometimes offended them.
But that's such a fine line, isn't it? It can be clever, really sharp, but that very sharpness means it can, draw blood. So is there a clear difference then between being acerbic and just being, rude or mean? What makes it stand out? That's a really key question. I think the power of acerbic lies in its precision. It's not just clumsy rudeness. Acerbic suggests something deliberate, often intelligent actually. And incisiveness. It's a cutting remark, sure, but often one that's crafted with a certain wit, a sharpness of mind.
Okay. Like a tool.
Kind of like a surgeon's scalpel, maybe, designed for precision. But yeah, definitely capable of causing pain if not used carefully.
It really makes you think about the impact of words, doesn't it? And that line between witty observation and just being hurtful.
So it's not just any blunt instrument. It's a specific, almost intellectual
Yeah.
kind of sharpness, words that cut through the noise accurately, for better or worse.
Exactly. It carries weight.
Right. It definitely gives it more weight. Okay, so that ability to deliver a sharp, acerbic truth, that's one thing. But what about when there's no clear truth, when things are just
Yeah.
fuzzy, vague? When I first heard nebulous, I immediately thought of clouds, something you can't quite grasp. Can you help us sort of cut through the fog on this one? What makes something nebulous versus just, say, unclear? Yeah, your cloud image is actually really spot on. But nebulous adds a specific layer. It means unclear, vague, or ill-defined. It specifically describes something that lacks precise form, clear boundaries, definite substance. It's not just that details are missing, it's fundamentally undefined, like trying to grab smoke.
Okay. Fundamentally undefined. The example sentence really captures that feeling of uncertainty. The plan was still too nebulous to be put into action. You
Yeah.
just can't execute something if you don't know what it is. I remember trying to plan a group trip once. Oh man, everyone had nebulous ideas. Nothing got done.
Huh? Yes, that's a perfect real-world example. And, in a broader sense, nebulous really highlights how critical clarity is. In almost everything, whether it's that trip or a complex project, or even just an argument, a nebulous understanding leads to confusion, frustration, sometimes just complete inaction. It underlines the mental work needed to turn vague thoughts into concrete steps. Makes you wonder, how often do we just sort of accept nebulous ideas because we haven't pushed for the clarity needed?
It's such a useful word for those moments. When you sense something isn't quite right, an explanation feels off, or a concept is just fuzzy around the edges, but you can't quite say why, nebulous, it gives you the exact term for that lack of definition.
Precisely. It names the problem.
Okay. Speaking of difficult things, but in a very different way,
Yeah.
let's tackle recalcitrant. This word always sounds like it's putting up a fight, something stubborn, unyielding. What does recalcitrant really convey beyond just being difficult?
You're right to sense that resistance. Recalcitrant means stubbornly resistant to authority or control. It implies more than just simple stubbornness. It's an active, often defiant, uncooperativeness. Someone really digging their heels in against compliance.
Right. Our notes give this classic example. The recalcitrant student refused to follow the classroom rules. That immediately paints a picture, doesn't it? Someone not just ignoring, but actively pushing back, challenging the rules, refusing to yield.
Exactly. A challenge.
So what really separates recalcitrant from just being, disobedient or headstrong? Is there a key difference?
I think there is. The nuance with recalcitrant is that it usually implies an active, deliberate, and often quite persistent refusal. It's a direct challenge to authority or control. A strong assertion of their own will, you could say. Simple disobedience might be temporary, a lapse. Recalcitrance often suggests a deeper, maybe harder to resolve pattern of resistance. Kind of prompts us to think about the why behind that defiance, doesn't it? And how you even approach someone whose will is so set against you.
Okay, so it's not just someone being a bit difficult. It's a very specific, defiant stance against control. It's a great word for that particular kind of stubborn, persistent resistance. You know you're in for it when you meet someone truly recalcitrant.
You certainly do. It signals a real challenge.
Okay, to end our deep dive on hopefully a really positive note, let's finish with a word that's just bursting with energy. Ebullient. Just saying it feels kind of happy. It has this bubbly, vibrant quality.
It absolutely does. That's a perfect description. Ebullient means overflowing with enthusiasm or excitement. It really evokes a joyful, effervescent state, high spirits, lots of zest, like a liquid bubbling over, but in the best possible way.
Yeah, not just happy, but vibrantly happy.
Exactly.
Vibrantly.
The sentence example we have just brings it to life so well.
Yeah.
She was so ebullient after winning the award that she couldn't stop smiling. You can almost feel that pure, uncontainable joy radiating off her. It's not quiet contentment. It's an explosion of positive feeling, almost contagious.
That contagious quality is spot on. That's precisely what's so powerful about ebullient. It describes a truly outward, almost unrestrained expression of positive emotion. More than just being happy, it's that vibrant, bubbling over joy. A profound enthusiasm that spills out, affects others. It helps us really appreciate and recognize that genuine, unrestrained enthusiasm, which can be such an uplifting force, right? It can change the whole atmosphere. Absolutely. That's such a fantastic word to have in your back pocket for describing that true, heartfelt elation, that unbridled excitement. It adds a richness that just happy doesn't quite capture.
It really does.
So wrapping this up, What does this all mean for you, listening? We've taken a quick, but hopefully powerful deep dive into 5 words. Iridescent, acerbic, nebulous, recalcitrant, and ebullient. These aren't just dictionary entries, are they? They're more like precision instruments. Tools for describing the world and our feelings with much greater accuracy, more depth. Learning these isn't just about, growing your vocabulary list. It's really about sharpening your perception, empowering your expression. You now have new ways to talk about those shifting colors, that cutting wit, those fuzzy ideas, that stubborn resistance, and that overflowing joy. We really hope you've had some aha moments and maybe feel a bit more equipped to use language with, well, more clarity and confidence.
And that really is the challenge, isn't it? Now that you've got these 5 words, this expanded toolkit, how might you use them? Maybe to articulate something you see or feel today with that new level of precision we talked about. Or perhaps, where might you just notice them now? In a conversation, reading something, even in your own thoughts, where before, maybe they just blended in. Keep observing, keep exploring language, keep enriching your understanding. There's always more to learn and always more precise ways to express what you know.